Judge, this is Christopher Saman, 19 CF 2374. He was here for a violation of probation. He's since satisfied all of his restitution for his probation. That was the only thing that was holding him up. So at this time, the state would ask the court to dismiss the VOP.
You have any objection to me dismissing your VOP?
Not at all, sir.
All right, dismissed.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Cheryl Gooden.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
I'm here today before the court with Kaylee Kilpatrick. She's here on a violation of probation. She would like to admit the violation of probation. The state and we have come to an understanding, 2 years community control, and she has been accepted into Oxford House.
So that's it.
Yes, Your Honor.
What's her case number?
It is
23 CF 291.
What was her name again?
Kilpatrick, Kilpatrick.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, she also had 22 CF 2889. They both are.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes. Just don't seem to see her. All right, this is Kaylee Kilpatrick, and 22 CF 2889 and 23 CF 291. Ms. Kilpatrick, will you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for is course of truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
You want to admit that you violated probation?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this admission?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this admission?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Ms. Gooden's done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court finds admission freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. What, sentence her to, what, a year community control?
2 years community control.
2 years community control starting from today?
Correct.
And what about the probation? Is that revoked and terminated or something?
Revoked and terminate and new terms of supervision.
All right, revoke, 2 years community control.
Yes.
Vote on.
Waive costs of supervision if that's anything.
And with the Oxford House, Your Honor, inpatient treatment.
Okay.
It's not, I'm sorry, can I speak?
Yeah.
It's not inpatient treatment, it's a sober living facility. It's where you go, like, after you finish rehab. It's a sober living facility for women. I got accepted into it. I had an interview with them on the phone a few days ago, and I got accepted into it. It's in Bay County. You got to go to 5 NA meetings a week and stuff, but it's 3 blocks away from the probation office over there.
I don't, the court doesn't care unless the probation has a problem with, could you transfer probation to Bay County? Or her community control for that period?
Yes, sir. If we're going to revoke her, place her on a new period of 2 years community control, I assume with the same terms and conditions that she
Same terms
originally
and
had.
conditions.
And would they add a condition that she complete the Oxford House program? And where did you say it was?
Bay County?
Bay County?
Bay County.
We will transfer her to Bay County. Now, my question to her or the court would be, is Oxford House want her to stay in custody and they're gonna pick her up, or is she
They're
gonna
not,
show herself in Bay County?
it's not like
Talk
a,
to him.
it's not like a rehab. It's just like somewhere you go for they to teach you responsibilities again, to get you on your feet, to help you get a job, to, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's just like, it's
I
gonna
mean,
be
she's
my
gonna be
address.
released from custody, right?
Yeah.
And
They won't have to pick her up, she'd get
No.
there.
we will talk to her, we will find out the address of that program, and we will transfer her supervision to Bay County.
All right, is that, how
Yes,
about
sir.
that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, good. What was the adjudication on that? Adjudicated?
I think she was adjudicated
He
previously.
was adjudicated.
All right. Okay. Good luck.
And Your Honor, the supervision fees were waived, is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Ms. Dudley?
Anybody to get it?
All right.
This is Drew Thames in 20 CF 2417. He also has 20 CF 2418. It was not on the docket, but I did let the clerk know we want to address that today as well. It's also
Okay.
a violation of probation.
All right.
If I may approach?
Yes. All right, you are Drew Thames.
Yes, sir.
Would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for is course of truth, so help you God? You swear to tell the truth? Okay. You want to admit that you, this is 20 CF 2417, 20 CF 2418, State of Florida versus Drew Thames. You want to admit that you violated probation on those two cases?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Did you understand the rights you're waiving by entering this admission?
Yes, sir.
Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this admission?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Ms. Dudley has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the admission is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. And 20 CF 2417, adjudicated guilt, 90 days county jail, credit for time served from 10/17/23. $100 VOP fee, $180.63 cost of transportation, revoke and terminate probation, all cost of judgment, and you're waiving prior jail credit time prior to 10/17/23. In 20 CF 2418, adjudicated guilty, sentenced to time served, $100 VOP fee, revoke and terminate probation, all cost to judgment, and adjudicated on that. So is that it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
And I believe that's all I have this morning.
That's it? Thank you. Tim Shaw.
Morning, Judge.
Morning.
Judge Tim Shaw for William Riley Canfield Jr. There's three case numbers. Two are the VOPs, 04 CF 2784, 04 CF 1029. Then the new law violation, I don't know if that's on this docket, is 23 CF 2442. Information was just filed this morning on the new law violation. We will ask the court to put these on the same docket as the VOPs, on the same docket as the new law violation. If Madam Clerk may have that date.
You want to go to what do you want to do, a miscellaneous day?
If we can. 12/9.
27,
Let's just put them on 12/20, all three case numbers.
12/27? Okay, all right.
We're gonna be open Monday. I'm gonna come see you. Thanks. Judge Tim Shaw for Thomas Christopher Laggett. The VOP is 12 CF 48C. There is a new law violation, 23 CF 2423. We're asking that the court put this on 12/27 put both cases on 12/27 to track together. I've discussed that with Ms. Basso, and that, I don't believe they have any objection to that.
Okay,
And depositions are being set currently. The basis for the new law violation is the same as the VOP, Judge.
all right, 12/27.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
I'll see you Monday.
All right, thank you.
Go ahead, Judge.
All right, thank you. Ms. Flowers?
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
The first matter that appears, I believe, on your docket will be Aubrey Flood. And I believe the state has a request of the court. Ms. Flood is present.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm going to request to continue this hearing because the information and subpoena that we were supposed to receive from Synchrony Bank, we haven't received it yet, and they told us, the bank told us that we have to resubmit the subpoena. I don't believe Mr. Flowers has any objection to continuing it.
Judge, the state brought that to my attention, and no, we don't object, Your Honor. We understand the predicament that the bank put the state in. We respectfully don't disagree with their
You want
request.
a miscellaneous day, continuance?
Either that or a pretrial would be fine. It's not a VOP case, so
Well, we got pretrial on December 27th or February 26th.
I'd say February 26th simply because we're already almost in December. I may not receive it
that's
from
fine.
the bank.
All right,
Judge, that's fine.
February 26th.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll be in touch.
Is that deferred prosecution?
Our offer to the state is still open, Your Honor.
Okay.
We might withdraw it prior to February 26th, but I would notify the state before we would do that.
Time short, you ought to think about that. Okay.
Yes, Judge.
Just the next matter is Bond Little. Judge, I'm asking that this matter be continued. I have not spoken candidly with Ms. Glisson about it. I don't know that she has an objection.
No objection.
What date you want?
February 26th.
Okay.
I don't want to be here December 27th, if at all possible,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
February 26th.
And Judge, the final matter that I have before you is Wyatt Mann, and Mr. Mann is present. And Judge, what we're asking that this be put on for December 7th. We have reached an agreement in this case, but I need to go through it thoroughly with Mr. Mann. The state and I agreed on December 7th, I believe.
Yes,
All right,
that's
December 7th.
Yeah. And Judge, that's all I have before you today. Thank you, sir.
Come up for just a second.
Service 7 Northwest Florida counties. If you ever find yourself in a jam, please give us a call. We're here to help you out.
This case for a status hearing this morning in the hopes that we could try to work it out. We haven't reached an agreement, Judge. I'd like to go ahead and set him for the February pretrial docket so I can get depots set.
February 26th, Brandon Eastley. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good to go.
All right, Ken Brock,
Ken Brooks, Your Honor,
Brooke, I'm sorry.
here on behalf of Randall Hardy. As he approaches, Your Honor, we have an offer from the state of a dismiss and reinstate on probation. May I approach?
All right. You are Randall Hardy?
Yes, sir.
We are going to take the state's offer, of course, Your Honor, at this point.
Is that the
State is
offer?
requesting the court to dismiss the VOP and reinstate probation.
Mr., okay, well, this is 21 CF 3063.
Correct.
He is, he doesn't need to plead anything then?
No,
State's
we're
gonna-
just
okay.
announcing this to the court,
All right,
Judge.
so you are going to be put back on probation, same, is it just complete the original terms?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, complete original terms of your
Correct.
probation.
Judge,
Okay.
what's that? Judge, he had a question. He was on the ankle monitor. It's only supposed to be for 6 months at the time. Understand that, is the state agreeing to, that's part of the original terms?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm off the monitor.
You done your
I only
six,
had 6 months of the
Right.
monitor.
you done your 6 months on the monitor?
Yes, sir.
And they'll let you off
Yeah,
it,
Yes, sir.
okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have this morning. Good to see you.
So, Your Honor, just so I'm straight on this, he's not remaining in custody till we hook him up on GPS. And,
Hang on.
No.
That's it, Judge.
if he's done his 6 months, he don't need to stay in custody till the GPS is hooked up.
And no GPS.
No. Right, yes, no GPS.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. Hang on a second. Just close that down.
Is it Cody Tanner?
Good morning, Your Honor. Stan Peeler on behalf of Cody Tanner. I entered a notice of appearance yesterday, and I would ask permission of the court to, on the record, do the substitution.
Who do you represent? Who's the defendant?
Cody Tanner,
Okay, who, and your name is?
Stan Peeler, R. Stan Peeler.
You put your client's name down as the attorney.
Oh, sorry about that.
Okay, what do you want to do on Cody Tanner?
Your Honor, this is a bond hearing that was set by Ms. Gleason, and I'll handle that.
Set by Ms. Rivers.
I'm so sorry.
All right, so you want to the public defender wants off the case, and then Mr. Peeler's going to be on.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, any objection to that?
No, Your Honor.
Send some order for me, Ms. Rivers or Mr. Peeler. Okay, and this is Cody Tanner for a bond hearing. What's his current bond?
It's a no bond, Your Honor.
No bond?
Yes. Excuse me, just one second. I'm not sure if there's a statute. Your Honor, on the bond issue, this is a charge of theft, third-degree felony, pending since 2014. Mr. Tanner was unaware of the charge until recently. He's a contractor that travels from state to state doing his job. 2014, he did not leave the state to avoid the charge. He's not a violent man, has no criminal record, is my understanding. His mother is 76 years old. She resides in Leesville, Louisiana, and is somewhat disabled. She hired me to resolve this, and I'm going to do that. She has the ability to pay a $500 cash bond if possible. If that were agreeable to the court, Mr. Tanner has no money to go anywhere. He has potential for local employment with Chris Burgess of Burgess AC and Sales and Service. If that does not work, we would request that he have authorization to live with his mother and work in that community in which she resides. This is a case that may have a statute of limitations issue. If it does not, my understanding, the offer on the table is a deferred prosecution, and we will probably resolve that.
I have no objection to the defense's request, Your Honor, for a $500 bond. This was a direct file case back from 2014 or 15. So there's just been an active capias the whole time. I understand he lives maybe out of state. So, and he has no prior criminal history that I've seen, so I have no objection to that.
Well, what about an ROR bond?
If the court feels that's fine, as
ROR.
long as we have an address on file for the defendant, I think that would be, that's
ROR
fine.
bond, and make sure you show up for court or get it resolved somehow.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What's his next court date?
226 pre-trial.
February 26th? Okay, well, you can move it up to a miscellaneous if you get it resolved with something. So ROR,
Okay. All right.
okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right. Let me do, yeah. We don't have any, do we have any more private attorneys out there? Okay. Go ahead and call them.
Thank you, Your Honor. Rebecca Glover.
Okay, Rebecca Glover. Violation of probation. Is there some type of offer from the state?
Yes, Your Honor, is for her to admit the violation of probation, adjudication of guilt, revoke and terminate with new term of supervision, 6 months community control, followed by 18 months drug offender probation with curfew of 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. and court costs, $100 cost of prosecution, enroll and complete Emerald Coast Life Center program.
You want to accept that? I'll appoint the public defender to represent you and set you for, when's our next VOP? We'll set you for January 4th. Okay? Thank you.
Amanda King.
All right, you, Ms. King, you're here for a violation of probation arraignment. Is there any type of offer from the
Yes, Judge.
state?
Admit violation of probation, adjudication of guilt, revoke and new terms of supervision of 1 year community control, anti-theft class, and court costs.
You want to accept that if you admit probation, that you violated probation? I'll judge you guilty, put you on 1 year community control, take the anti-theft course and standard court costs. You want to do that?
Yeah, I mean,
You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You're right now, you have a right to an attorney if you want one.
can we do that? That way I could talk to somebody?
All right, I'll appoint the public defender, set you for January 4th, okay?
Great, thank you.
Thank you. Enter denial.
Myra Sabio.
Myra Sabio. Come on up. You're here, Ms. Sabio, for a violation of probation. Does the state have any type of offer for her?
I do, Your Honor. If she would like to admit the probation violation, we could reinstate the probation with all of the original terms and conditions and just extend it by another 4 months and give her time to complete her drug evaluation and treatment and pay her monies, and then it could automatically early terminate. The probation could terminate once she's done those things.
You want to do that?
I have completed the courses, all of the paperwork. I talked to Ms. Conley yesterday. She didn't say anything like that, but she told me to call her if this did come up today.
Your Honor, if
Yeah,
probation-
go ahead.
I got a note from probation. She has completed the treatment. Her officer noted that yesterday. And she's past her termination date. So the treatment was our big holdup, if you will. So we're good with dismissing the VOP, terminating her, monies to collections. Everything else has been completed.
And I'll go off of what probation recommends.
All right, we'll dismiss the VOP and just send any monies to collections and, pay it when you can, so, okay?
And
Yes, sir.
revoke and terminate, Your Honor.
Revoke and terminate probation. You're off probation.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
Jason Christmas.
Where's he on the docket?
15.
All right, Jason Christmas, you're here on a violation of probation. Arraignment, does the state have any type of offer for him?
Yes, Judge. Basis of this VOP would be a new DUI charge, so state's offer would be an adjudication of guilt, modified to community control, and place him back on probation with community control sanctions and DUI conditions.
You want to do that?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. This is Jason Lee, 2021 CF 1987. Would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for is course of truth, so help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
You want to admit that you violated probation?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can put your hand down. Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this admission?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this admission?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Court finds admission freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Court will judge guilty, place you on community control. And how long was it for?
Judge, he'd be on community control for the remainder of his supervision.
All right, the remainder of your supervision with, was it DUI sanctions?
Yes, Judge.
And what else?
Complete all original.
And complete all original requirements. Okay? How much time you got left to do?
That's why I was going to ask if they, I've done, I'm pretty sure, a little over 2 years. I was on 3 years, so.
Judge, his termination date is December 2024.
So you got about a year to go.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it's a little bit stricter, but you're not in jail.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, and Mr. Berry will tell you what you need to do. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Emerson, Dustin Emerson.
All right, this is 2015 CF 2783, 2018 CF 2237, 2018 CF 2238, State versus Dustin Emerson for a violation of probation arraignment. You're Mr. Emerson?
Sure.
Does the state have any offer for him?
Your Honor, I think this was filed as a violation of probation when it was really a violation of conditional release or control release.
Yes, sir.
It wasn't on supervision, so this should have been a violation to the parole commission, for lack of a better term, instead of to Your Honor.
So he'll be brought before the parole commission, is that right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
We don't have any jurisdiction over him or anything? Okay. All right, well, thank you. You'll come off the docket. Tashin Morris. All right, this is 22 CF 1436, State of Florida versus Tashin Morris. Mr. Morris, this is a VOP arraignment. Is there any offer from the state?
Your Honor, there is no offer at the time. He's got a new law violation that just came in. It's 23 CF 2394. I believe that case is also set for arraignment today. If we could go ahead and arraign him, Your Honor, he has been charged in 23 CF 2394 for 1 count of trafficking in fentanyl and 3 counts of possession of a controlled substance.
All right, you're also here for arraignment on, what was that case number again?
Violation of probation is 22 CF 1436.
No, I mean the new charges.
The new charge is 23 CF 2394. And that's probably going to be on the afternoon docket, the 1:30.
All right, so you are here on a arraignment on a VOP and also on 23 CF 2394, trafficking fentanyl and 3 counts of, or 3 counts of possession of a controlled substance. So you want to plead not guilty of those cases?
Yes, sir.
And the VOP? All right, you want an attorney represent you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, appoint the public defender represent him. and set him for February, what, 26th?
Yes, Your Honor.
How about that? All right. Ms. Rivers?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't know if my
Let's do the
one-
out of custody if you have them.
I don't know if he showed up. Let's see. That would be number 44 on my docket, Cordero Roberts. Okay. Your Honor, I have not had a chance to speak with him. If we could call him back up in a few minutes, I can give him his information.
Okay. Apparently she has some information to give you. We'll call you back in a couple minutes.
And I can do one other,
All right.
if you're, yeah. Oh, I handle all out of custody? Yeah. All right, then I'm done. I'm done. That was it. That's all my out of
Mr.
custody.
Williams, you got out of
I've got an
custody?
out of custody judge. It's Jason Kuntz. This case is actually on the trial docket. It was just set for call for today. Mr. Kuntz is present. Well, I met with him outside 5 minutes ago. He may be in the hallway.
All right, so what do you want to do?
Judge, I think the state's trying to come up with a, you typing it right now? I'll still need to type it up if it's something that he wants to take. Does the court want to pass him until this afternoon?
Okay.
I've got maybe 2 or 3 others where there's been a last-minute change, and I'm
All
going to retype their plea
We
offers.
can do that then.
All right, Judge.
Tell me, are you Mr. Coons? Is that him?
No, Judge, it's not. He's in a blue top, white male. I'll
Tell him
step
to come back
outside
this
and tell him.
afternoon. Okay.
All right, Judge.
Your Honor, there is one other that I have that's out of custody. Her name is Brittany Townsend,
All right.
and she would be... She would be number 53 on our docket, 22 CF 3153. Your Honor, we're requesting continuance to February 26th. She's trying to complete the terms and conditions of the PTI. There is one issue that she has brought to my attention that she's unsure of how to address. Previously, when she was actively in part of the PTI program, she had to make her payments through JPay, and now they're not allowing her to make payments through JPay, and so the only part she has left is the court costs. So she was wanting to know about how to pay the court costs.
Could she not pay the
It's
clerk
not,
directly?
I mean, I could, but I'm not local to here, so I was just seeing what other options there were, or if there was even a total for me, because I can't even bring up a total.
I would assume, Judge, that she can pay directly the clerk of court any amount she's owed, and all I can tell her is what is reflected on benchmark as being her total, which is $266.34.
Yeah, so you can just go down to the clerk's office and pay him.
If she wants to bump it up sooner, we can put it on a different date, because pretrial's busy anyway. So if do you want to set it a little sooner, Ms. Townsend?
I would love to set it sooner.
Right, Judge, is there an earlier date in,
Is that all she needs to
January?
do? Why not just go down and pay it? Can you pay it now?
I can't pay it today, but I can probably
Okay, we'll pay it by January 4th. We'll put her on a January 4th. And
You
if
gotta
you
come
get
back
it
January
paid,
4th,
you don't
yeah.
have to come. Okay?
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I have some out of custody as well.
Okay.
Judge, the first out of custody on my list is going to be Shamar Anderson. Your Honor, Mr. Anderson is present and approaching. Judge, he has 22 CF 2184 with violation of community control. I believe he has a new case, 23 CF 2417. I'd like to go ahead and have him arraigned on both of those today. We'll enter a denial and a not guilty plea as applicable. Request 15 days for any pre-arraignment motions and request demand trial by jury. We'd like to go ahead and just leave this on the the February 26th docket, Judge, so he can have an appointment with me. We can go over his case and try to get it resolved.
All right. He is here on 23 CF 2417, charged with distribution of marijuana and possession of narcotic equipment. And is that it?
Those are the two charges in the new case, Judge.
All right. Mr. Anderson, I'm going to appoint the public defender if he's not already appointed, and he's entered a plea of not guilty
Yes, Judge.
for you, and bring him back on what, February 26th?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so get with your public defender and try to get this resolved, okay? February 26th is your next court date. Thank you.
Consider a misdemeanor.
Yeah, you're good. You're good to go. You're good. Yeah. Next, Judge, I have Ms. Courtney Ard. Your Honor, Ms. Ard is present and approaching. This is 23 CF 862, 23 CF 863. Judge, we had set Ms. Ard for a status. I was hoping to get some defense items from her. We met Tuesday, Judge, so I have some information that I need to go through. I'm asking to just leave her set for February 26th, so we can go through that and then set depots if we need to set depots.
All right, February 26th. Thank you.
Give me all that other stuff, okay? Yeah. Judge, next for my out of custodies that I can see, I have Stephen Crooks. Judge, Mr. Crooks is present and approaching. This is 21 CF 2181, 21 CF 2686. Judge, this is a violation of probation. Looks like he's close to his termination date and had needed to complete needed to pay off some money as well as complete a treatment evaluation. I think probation's confirmed that those are now completed.
The condition to complete the treatment's been done, and showed me something today that showed he's paid the money, so we're good with terminating.
No objection.
All right, so terminate probation?
That's our
And
request.
this is on 21 CF 2181, Stephen Cole Crooks?
Yes, Judge. I think there's also 21 CF 2686.
Yeah, 21 CF 2686. You have any objection to me terminating your probation?
No, sir.
Terminated. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. All right, good luck.
Fees remaining?
Okay, we have Mr. Crooks. Come here.
We'll just send those to judgment.
Are they court fees? Not restitution, correct?
No restitution. Okay.
We'll just send those to a judgment, pay them when you can.
So
Thank you, Your Honor.
get with the clerk when you can to make sure there's not anything else that's paid. See if they still have a balance.
Well, what he did, Your Honor, is he paid through what we call the J-Pay system, and that system hasn't gotten the money to the clerk.
Okay, well,
Yesterday.
all right, well, touch base with the clerk in a week or two, okay? Make sure you got it.
If there are any outstanding monies, just to collections.
Yeah. Okay,
So that just has to process. Okay.
thank you.
Next, Your Honor, I have Willie Durham. Your Honor, Mr. Durham is present and approaching. Judge, this is 22 CF 1283. I believe he also is on arraignment for 23 CF 2339. Judge, we'd like to enter a denial on the VOP and a not guilty plea in the new law case. Request 15 days for any pre-arraignment motions, demand trial by jury, and leave this set for pretrial in February, Judge, so I can meet with Mr. Durham and see how.
What's his new charge?
His new charge, Judge, is possession of controlled substance.
All right, Mr. Durham, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance in 23 CF 2339. and violation of probation, 22 CF 1283, courts appoint public defender. He's pledged you not guilty. Come back on February 26th for your next court date, okay?
Yes, sir.
Get with your public defender, try to get a case worked out, okay?
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, okay. And Judge, the last person I think I have for out of custody is Mr. Cutter Ford.
Okay.
Judge, he is present and approaching. Judge, this is 22 CF 1928. I had set it today for a status. We had gotten a report from the Agency for Persons with Disabilities indicating that they believed Mr. Ford was not competent to proceed due to intellectual disability. The concern that I had was that considering the fact that he's been out of custody for the last 8 months, APD still recommends commitment in order to restore him. I was wanting to have a hearing on that. I dropped the ball and ended up not sending subpoenas to the doctors. I'd like to continue the hearing so that I can subpoena the experts from APD to have them here to have a hearing on that issue and for the court to determine whether a conditional release is appropriate or if commitment is appropriate.
What does the state?
We can set
All right,
the
what-
hearing, Judge.
What do you want to set it for?
I know we talked about January 4th. That's not too far out, and that's plenty of time to get subpoenas set.
All right, set it for January 4th and see if you can come up with a stipulation. Talk to the doctors.
Thank you, Judge.
Yeah.
2 p.m., yes. 2 p.m. is fine with me.
Is it going to be in the afternoon? On the, okay.
Yeah.
2 o'clock.
2 p.m., yes.
Just because I would anticipate if we can't get it worked out with the doctors, then
Okay.
I would anticipate a hearing. I think that's all of my out of custody for this morning, Judge. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Williams have out of custody?
Judge, I think I've handled all my out of custody. That was Mr. Spence. Everybody else I have is in custody.
Who are all these folks out here? Y'all got cases? Come on up, sir. Come up.
That's Ryan Hardy's case.
Right.
That's Ryan Hardy's.
Oh, is this Mr. Hardy?
I know wrong. I might be wrong.
Okay, what's your name?
Javante Thomas.
Who's your attorney?
I don't have it. I have court on the 30th.
This might be on the 1:30 docket, Your Honor.
It's just a plea day.
No, Lisa. He's apparently your Mr. Jarvante Thomas.
Your Honor, this was set for an arraignment at 1:30 today, and I believe he's Ms. Rivers' client. I do have an offer. I don't know if I can.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance to talk to him.
Okay, this is Jarvante Thomas, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. He's charged with fleeing or attempting to elude law enforcement. For the moment, I'll enter a not guilty plea, but the state has made a offer that I think he should be aware of, and we might be able to resolve it today.
All right, well, just have a seat, and we'll bring you back in a little while, Mr. Thomas. And then, ma'am, back there, come on up. Okay, your name, please?
Amber Kirby.
Kirby?
Yes, sir.
Do you have an attorney?
No, sir.
That's Mr. Stewart's case.
Is Brad Stewart your attorney?
He was when I was sentenced.
May I have a moment, Your Honor? It's about this case. I need to check with probation.
All right.
Yeah, this was pro se.
I have that Brandon Stewart was court-appointed, and it's a motion hearing.
Judge, this looks like a pro se filing that she filed.
Oh.
I've been on.
She been on, so in other words, the case has been resolved, sentenced, and then, all right, so,
Your Honor, she filed a motion to get off probation.
okay, what,
She was supervised out of,
Escambia County.
what county?
Escambia County.
Escambia County. I'm in receipt of an email from her probation officer over in Pensacola that says that she has paid all her monetary obligation and is compliant with her, and is in compliance with her orders of probation.
how long has she been on probation?
Almost 2 years, sir, just a month.
Correct. I think she was placed on for 3, and her termination date is January 2025. So she basically has a year and a month left. If she's not granted early termination. So she's basically done 2 on 3.
What does the state say?
The state is fine with the termination.
All right, are you living over here or
No, sir, I live in Pensacola.
Pensacola? How'd you get the case over here? Was it,
Because I
oh, the
was
crime was
sentenced in
committed?
Okaloosa
Okay,
County.
I got you. Where are you working at?
I'm working at Sunset Grill, but I also have school. I'm going to cosmetology school also.
All right, I'll terminate your probation.
And that covers for both the cases that were ran concurrent for that probation?
Well, were you on probation concurrently?
Yeah, it was, I was.
Same amount of time and
Yes, sir.
everything?
It was 5 years DOC followed by 3 years probation.
Oh, well, that's, I'm not sure about that now. You did 5 years DOC?
Yes, sir, I did.
You did?
Yes, sir, I did.
How much actual time did you do in
I
prison?
did 4 years and 2 months in prison.
4 years, 2 months in prison,
I
followed
worked-
by the 3 years
Yes,
probation?
sir. I received all my game time.
Is that correct, you think, Mr.? All right, then I'll terminate your probation on all of it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, don't get in trouble again, because you
I'm
probably don't like to go to
trying not
prison. Okay, sound like you're making a good start, so restart, so you're off probation and do good and stay out of trouble and do
Thank you
good,
so much.
okay? Okay, thank you. All right, next.
Everybody else out there waiting to see somebody who's in custody.
Your Honor, we're ready on Cordero Roberts now.
Cordero, okay.
Second felony. Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to go over the plea agreement
All
with
right.
him. And the state's just going to hand me the score sheet. Oh, you don't have it? Yes.
All right, you are Cordero, Dwayne Roberts?
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is 23 CF 1677, State of Florida versus Cordero Dwayne Roberts. You want to enter a plea of no contest possession of more than 20 grams of cannabis, correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this plea?
Yes, sir.
Anyone force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
Yes, sir.
Were you threatened?
Oh, no, sir.
Okay. Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
You understand this may have effect on your driver's license?
This is a withhold, Your Honor.
Oh, it's a withhold?
It won't,
Okay.
but I'd highlighted it.
I gotcha.
And it had the conversation with him anyways.
Are you happy with the work Ms. Rivers has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it, withholds adjudication. $250 fine, $515 court costs, $100 cost of prosecution, $150 PD fee.
And Your Honor, I'll follow up with a score sheet. He scores 4.4 points.
Okay, so no probation, correct, or anything?
Correct.
All right, just, stay out of trouble, okay? I'm ordering you to stay out of trouble, too, okay? Thank you. Okay, what else we got?
Your Honor, I do have another one that's out of custody that's ready now.
Sure.
That's Gervonta Thomas, Your Honor, 23 CF 2344. And, yep, it is a misdemeanor. It's going to be a misdemeanor plea. All right, Mr. Thomas. If I may approach, Your Honor?
Okay.
Plead on this one.
All right. This is 23 CF 2344, State of Florida versus Gervonta Thomas. Mr. Thomas, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court's the truth, so help you God. You want to enter a no contest plea to the charge of a lesser offense, which is you're charged with a felony now, but you're pleading down to a misdemeanor, resisting without violence. You understand that?
Yes, sir. I was told I had no probation, and just make sure.
No probation. I'm not going to sentence you to probation.
It's fine, it's okay.
Okay. Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form? Did you sign it?
Yes, sir.
You understand the rights you're waiving by entering this plea? You want to force you or threaten you to enter this plea?
Sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today? You happy with the work Ms. Rivers has done for you on your case?
No.
Court finds the plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it, sentences you to time served, $50 cost of prosecution, $100 PD fee, $270 court costs. And adjudicated, is it adjudicated guilty?
Yes.
And no probation. Okay?
Right.
Clerk's office.
Let's go have some fun. Yes. Judge, while we're getting the rest of my inmates lined up, I have two that are in other agencies right now. The first is David Ammerman, 19 CF 1998. We did get a report from the state hospital. Judge, I'm not sure if the court saw that. It was filed, I think, yesterday or earlier this week. Essentially, that report indicated that Mr. Ammerman is still not competent to proceed according to the treatment providers at the state hospital, and they're recommending that he stay there. I have no objection to that report being admitted, since this is a status hearing, and him continuing to be committed at the state hospital, and we just set this for 6 months out for another
All right,
check-in.
send me an order, please.
Certainly. The other one that I had, Judge, in that same vein is Sakima Bracero. Judge, that's 21 CF 984. We just got a report as well. The state hospital opines that he is also still not competent to proceed, that continued treatment is necessary, that he needs to stay at the state hospital. I have no objection to admitting the report and would request to do so, and set this for a 6-month status conference.
No objection.
Okay, send me an order, please.
Certainly. Are you ready? Your Honor, this is Mr. Timothy Wayne Brown. Judge, I believe we have reached an agreement. If I may have just one moment. Case number is 22 CF 2696. So the money that you owe is going to go to collections. And then keep working with Judge Worrell. It's back. Okay. So that's what you want to do. Sign right there for me, please. And then today's date. You got it. All right, thank you. Your Honor, if I may approach.
All right, this is 22 CF 2696, State of Florida versus Timothy Wayne Brown. You're Mr. Brown.
Yes.
Would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court's the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
You want to admit that you violated probation, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form? You aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this admission?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this admission?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Gibbs has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court finds the admission is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it, revokes and terminates probation, sentences you to 6 months Okaloosa County Jail, credit for time served, $100 cost of prosecution, 100, is it 150 or 100?
It'd be 150, Judge, the $50 application fee plus the $100 case fee.
Okay, 150 PD fee, all monies to collection, and adjudicated guilty.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay? Thank you.
Your Honor, Tim Gibbs on behalf of Brittany Carson. This is 18 CF 2277. If I can have just one moment with Ms. Carson.
All right.
There's a waiver, I think, on file, and for Ronald Way. He's set for a bond hearing on 12/7, and it looks like he's filed a waiver for.
Your Honor, we actually just reached an amended agreement on Ms. Carson's case. I don't have it written up. If the court would like for me to write it up, I'm happy to do that. Otherwise, Judge, for an admission to the violation of probation, she would be sentenced to 4 months in the county jail with credit for time served, be assessed a $100 VOP fee, $150 public defender fee. All monetary requirements, including the restitution that is owed, would be reduced to judgment. And her probation would be revoked and terminated.
All right, Ms. Carson, this is 2018 CF 2278. Would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court is the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
You want to admit that you violated probation?
Yes, sir, I did.
All right. Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this admission?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this admission?
No, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, ma'am. No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Gibbs has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court finds admission freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Would revoke and terminate probation. Sentence you to, is it 4 months county jail, credit for time served?
Yes, Your Honor.
How much time has she served?
I think she's got about a month
42.
in.
I got 42 days.
4
42
months.
days. A little over, so a month and a half.
4
or so.
months with credit for time served. $100 VOP cost, $150 PD fee, and restitution to judgment. So, got a little bit more time to go, then you'll be done.
Sir.
And don't get in trouble.
I won't, I promise you.
Okay, thank you.
Score sheet, Your Honor, no objection. Your Honor, Tim Gibbs on behalf of Tristan Michael Colley. Judge, this is 20 CF 1418 and 23 CF 2419. I believe we have reached an agreement if I can have him sign his written plea.
All right.
All right. Now, we'll of course, we'll also go over the step about Santa Rosa while we do it. Yeah, they'll San Jose can get you as soon as they can.
After 60 days or after?
Yeah, well, they may come get you earlier, and we'll talk about that. If I can approach, Judge. Score sheets included, Judge. Also, as a preface, I want to make sure that the colloquy includes the fact that This new law violation is also a basis for his, a violation of probation in Santa Rosa County. He currently does have that hold. I believe a warrant is out for that. I just want to make sure the colloquy includes that he understands that by entering an admission, or entering a no contest plea and getting adjudicated guilty in this case will negatively affect his violation of probation case in Santa Rosa County, in the sense that it could very well easily lead to a finding of guilt by the court there, as well as it potentially could lead him to prison.
And he is here today on a VOP and a criminal, and a possession of marijuana?
Yes, Judge, he's here.
Third-degree felony?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, this is Tristan Colley, 20 CF 1418 and 23 CF 2491. You want to admit that you violated probation and also plead no contest to the felony possession of more than 20 grams of marijuana? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for is course of truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
All right. You want to admit that you violated probation in 20 CF 1418 and in 23 CF 2491, you want, and plead no contest to that charge of possession of more than 20 grams of marijuana, third-degree felony. So you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And that's what you want to do? You understand by entering this admission of violation of probation and pleading no contest to your new felony, that in Santa Rosa County, that would be used as a violation of probation over in that case, which could very well send you to prison. You understand that? And you've discussed that with Mr. Gibbs and fully, and you understand the what could happen by entering this plea and admission?
Yes, sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Gibbs has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
And are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this violation of probation and no contest plea in these cases?
Yes, sir.
You aware of the rights you're waiving?
The rights you're waiving, the right to go to a trial, the right to have an evidence hearing.
no.
You understand that you're waiving those rights?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're waiving those rights?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Did you sign that form just now?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
Is there a stipulation on the factual basis for this plea and admission?
Yes, Your Honor. Defense will stipulate to a factual basis in the arrest report and the violation of probation affidavit.
Court finds the admission and plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Court accepts it. Sends you to 60 days Okaloosa County Jail, credit for time served concurrent on both cases. Revoke and terminate probation in 20 CF 1418, $100 cost of prosecution, $150 PD fee. In 23 CF 2491, $100 cost of prosecution, $550 court costs, $100 PD fee, and all monies to collection adjudicated in both cases. Anything
Thank you,
else? Okay, thank you. Good luck to you.
Yes, sir.
And I want to also make sure if the court has any objection to him going to Santa Rosa County if they're already ready to get him.
No, he can go to Santa Rosa County.
That way, if they can come get you sooner, they will. Yeah, basically allowing you to finish your time in Santa Rosa. Yeah, they'll come get you as soon as they can. Your Honor, Tim Gibbs on behalf of Randolph Cook. This is 20 CF 1166. If I could have just one moment. I just need you to sign right there.
Just 30 days, correct?
Yeah, it should be about a little 30, yeah, about 30 more days. Yeah, that's a pure estimate, though.
Wait, sign right here?
Yes, sir. And today's date, please. All right, thank you very much. If I may approach.
All right, this is 20 CF 1166, State of Florida versus Randolph Cook. You're Mr. Cook.
Sir.
Would you please raise your right hand to be sworn? You swear the testimony you give for this court is the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
You want to admit that you violated probation?
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of the rights you're waiving by entering this admission?
Yes, sir.
Did you read and sign this plea and sentencing agreement form?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any medication or drugs that prevent you from knowing what you're doing here today?
No, sir.
Has anyone forced you or threatened you to enter this admission?
No, sir.
Are you happy with the work Mr. Gibbs has done for you on your case?
Yes, sir.
Court's going to accept the admission, adjudicate you guilty, revoke and terminate, sentence you 6 months Okaloosa County Jail, credit for time served, $100 VOP fee, $150 PD fee, all due within 180 days of release or to judgment. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck. Yeah, like I said, if you're here after the new year, write me.
Okay.
Your Honor, Tim Gibbs on behalf of Earl Dale. This is 23 CF 1454. Judge, he was set for a status today. We had gotten a competency evaluation that recommended he should be placed on conditional release. I don't think the court actually ever found him not competent to proceed. He was supposed to meet with Mr. Barnes to set up the conditional release plan as well as get the paperwork started, and that was what today was supposed to be for. I didn't know that Mr. Dale had been back in jail on new charges and a revoked bond in this case until yesterday afternoon. I'd like to put him for next week, and I want to try to get with Mr. Barnes to see if we can try to get, whether we need to have him committed or if it's conditional release, and try to have that done next week.
All right, December 7th. How about that?
That works
Okay,
perfectly,
let's see what we
Judge.
can do to help Mr. Dale. Thank you, sir.
Mr. Duvall.
Do we not have Mr. Dimmons? Marcus Dimmons?
Mine?
Okay. We'll handle it now.
Hunter Dufell.
Your Honor, this is Mr. Hunter Dufell. If I could have just one moment. Judge, speaking with Mr. Dufell, I believe we have reached an agreement with the state on this case, Judge. I don't have it written up. I'm happy to write that up if the state would like, if the judge would like, because it actually, I believe, would require the state to file an amended information. He's currently charged with 1 count of unlawful sexual activity with a minor. The offer calls for changing that to 2 counts of felony battery causing great bodily harm. So I think a new information would have to be filed before he can plea, but he is ready to accept the offer from the state on that was made in exchange for that.
And I can non-protonc the,
I would have no objection to that.
if you just want to bring him back so we can get a written plea agreement together, given.
If we could just pass it, I'll write that up.
I'm duty judge, and I've got some warrants, everything I need to review and sign.
Okay.
So why don't we take about a 20-minute break, recess?
That's fine, Judge.
Maybe you can work it out.
We have an agreement, Judge. I just need to write it up.
Okay, all right. Thank you all.
All right,
I'll call you
please.
back out. Oh, if I type this up quick enough, can you print it? Perfect. That's what I was asking. Perfect. I'll throw it on the printer under my name. I think I have it typed up too.
feline. Written threats to kill. The prison guy